jumping in here before the video even starts to say if you love home decor styling, in particular seasonal decor, then you're definitely in the right place. Autumn decor is everywhere in the shops just now, but it is only August and we're not quite ready to fully decorate for autumn, for fall yet. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you out a little bit of shopping, then back home for just some styling tips to show you that when you get to the end of one season, but you're not quite in the next season, you can definitely make some tweaks, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Some little home decor styling updates that definitely say autumn is the next season, it's on its way, but you're not going to find any pumpkin decorating just yet. So let's get into the video and see what autumn goodies we can discover and how to style for those kind of in-between season times.
Well, hello, how are you doing? I'm out and about today. It's not the nicest of days. It's a little bit drizzly, overcast. We had some huge thunderstorms this morning. It's pretty warm, but it's just not the best day. And I'm starting to think about autumn decor. Now, I know we're still in August, but the shops are full of it, and you know what it's like at this time of year. If you snooze, you lose. Just when I was kind of driving over here, I was thinking, you know, there's so many people that are just so reluctant, you know, to even look at kind of autumn decor. And I was thinking, why is that? And I think here in the UK, it's still August, so it is still summer. And especially in Scotland, we don't get the best of summers, you know, where we don't get the you know, long, hot weather. We might get a couple of days of that, but it doesn't go on and on. And so when it gets to August and moving into September, I think we're still desperately clinging on to the hope that, you know, summer's not over and we might still get some really lovely days, and which we sometimes do, but we're really a bit reluctant to kind of move on. Whereas places where it gets much hotter, longer summers, you know, you might be somewhere where you're getting 100+ degrees every day and you're just desperate for it, you know, to sort of cool down. I think that, you know, what happens there is that, you know, you're ready for it to move on, to cool down, you're ready for it to move into the next season, which I suppose is what we have here in spring. You know, we get pretty brutal winters. You know, when it comes to spring, we're desperate, you know, to think about some nicer days ahead. So, and there's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of browsing, a little bit of planning, maybe a little bit of shopping, tucking them away. You know, we buy Christmas decor way before we're ready to sort of decorate. So I think I'm ready for a bit of a change. I might not be ready to sort of decorate fully, you know, with pumpkins and all the really kind of real autumnal colours, but there's definitely a shift in the air. Schools go back this week here, and even though I'm no longer in that kind of time of life, my boys are well grown, it's kind of ingrained, and I think you do sort of just feel that shift in the season. So I'm definitely ready to switch things up a little bit in the house. As I say, maybe not going full-blown pumpkins yet, definitely not that yet, but definitely ready just for a little bit of a change up. Thought we would have a look today in HomeSense, TK Maxx. There's a Primark here. It doesn't have a huge home section, but might take a little look and just see what they've got. There's another store here that has quite a big home decor section. So yeah, just thought I'd bring you along and see what is there. And then we might do a little bit of styling later on. So I like the look of this little chopping board at the front here with the butter knife attached. That would make a really nice hostess gift at this time of year. Such a great price if you were going to someone's home. There was a bigger one at the back, but I wasn't about to try and pull that out amongst all that glassware, that's for sure. Lots of napkins. I do like to have some seasonal paper napkins on hand. I don't really decorate for Halloween, so they didn't really appeal to me, but there were definitely quite a few with more just autumnal designs, autumn leaves, that type of thing. Lots of autumn florals, gotta be careful, some look definitely more realistic than others. I was kind of drawn to these because I think if you took them away from everything else in the right spot, they would add just a touch of the season. If I was decorating for Halloween, I definitely would have had some of these cushions. I love the simplicity of the design, the little gemstones. I think they were feather pads as well. And yeah, they were a great price, so I would have definitely taken those. Well, I've definitely had better hauls in Home Sense. It's a wee bit chaotic in there today. I kind of feel like they're probably about to get a whole load of new stuff in. They have got their autumn stuff and their Halloween stuff, but maybe it's just the first load they've had in. Did pick up a couple of things though, so I'll show you what I got in a minute. We're going to run into Primark or Primark, depending on how you want to pronounce it, and let's see what they've got. So the store had a few bits and pieces. I did quite like these sunflower tea plates, side plates. I thought they were quite cute for this time of year. £5 each though, so yeah, that's probably quite a lot for Primark. And these candles I thought were very pretty. The scent of them was probably just a bit too strong for me, probably too much vanilla in there. I'm not big on the vanilla scents, but I thought the container was really pretty. And yeah, £4.50. They would be nice just kind of sitting out on your countertop. Also in Primark, they had these glass domes which are really trending just now. You can get them empty or these ones with mushrooms in them. Mushrooms are big for autumn again. Then I popped into Sterling, which is just a store in Scotland, but they usually have some pretty good faux stems. They had a big sale on, so I couldn't resist taking a look. Now, if you don't like traditional seasonal decor, the stuff with the words and the kind of cutesy sayings and pumpkins and that type of thing, these are the displays that you could take a look at. They're going to give you all of the seasonal aesthetic without being overly seasonal decor. Just one or two pieces from this type of collection could really get those autumn vibes going in your home. Popped into IKEA too, and they're starting to get all their autumn stuff in. I quite like these little door wreaths, or hang them on a mirror, wherever you like, and a very good price as well. They were only £8. They also had some lovely little candle holders, some tea light holders in these really traditionally autumnal colours, but tea lights in there would really twinkle and give you that warm, cosy amber glow that we're all going for at this time of year or as autumn comes in. I spotted these pumpkins too, but there were only 2 of them up high on a display, so I think they must be just coming into store. Also popped into Next Home. Loads of the autumn vibes going on in here. Lots of the kind of cutesy stuff. I thought these were individual pumpkins, but it turns out that they're some sort of draft excluder maybe. Yeah, a whole bunch of pumpkins joined together there. Yeah, if you like the kind of cutesy quirky bits and bobs, then you're definitely going to find plenty of those here in Next. Some Hello Pumpkin kitchen roll holders, and yeah, lots of it. But as I say, if you're just looking for that autumn aesthetic, there's plenty here too. Popped into Matalan, and this was a different day, but just to let you see what's in all the stores. Some little kind of woolly pumpkins, and this says it's a cushion. Don't think I would be using it as a cushion. I think I would just have it as a little bit of an ornament. I did like the cream coloured one, the kind of cream and taupe, that was nice. Some ceramic pumpkins here. This is just a kind of solid one. Then they had these little ones with the LED lights in them that I thought would work quite well on a side table. So how about these baskets for putting your Halloween treats in, or maybe even using as a gift basket for someone at this time of year, or pop a plant in it? Moved on to the range, and I thought that these autumnal wreath hangers were a great value at £6.99, and these doormats are actually machine washable. Great if, like me, you've got a really low door threshold where your door won't open over a traditional mat. Machine washable and only £3.99. I liked these candles too because they were very simple, and this Hello Pumpkin plate may well have made its way home with me. I'm sure I looked at them last year, didn't pick one up, so I grabbed one this year. A real mix of the real kind of kitsch cutesy stuff and just some little simple touches just to add a hint of the season to your decor. But yeah, you really can get everything. These velvet pumpkins were quite stylish. I think when you take them away from all the cutesy stuff, they'd look nice. The knitted pumpkins, if the seasonal colours aren't your thing, then even just the grey and white would be nice. And I guess these must have LED lights in them, so $9.99 for a pack of 3 lit LED rattan pumpkins. Like I say, all of the stuff here in the range, all the cutesy stuff, the pumpkin mugs, all the rest of it, but at such affordable prices.
So the first thing that I'm going to do is switch out the stems on my dining room table. I've had these out all summer long. In fact, I think I started in the spring with just the sort of florally ones, and then I added in more greenery in the summer. But it's time for a little bit of a switch up, and I managed to get a bargain at the home decor store yesterday. So I picked up these here, which kind of remind me of corn stalks. And that's sort of the look that I'm going for just now at this time of year. It's still August, so I'm not ready yet for autumn leaves and that type of thing. I just want to give a nod to late summer. So at this time of year, I think about the harvest, the kind of golden age of summer, the sunflowers, that warm glow, the creams, you know, those kind of colours. And I really just want to give a nod to that. So I definitely wanted something with height. These ones I picked up, I think they were originally £20. They were down to only 8 in the sale, so a bit of a bargain. I wished I'd got more actually. I might try and run back and get some more. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this same tall glass vase, and I'm literally just going to pop 2 of the stalks in here. And that's it. That is literally all I'm going to do, just to give a little bit of a seasonal switch up. Okay, so this is the little setup that I've had going on my kind of console table in the dining area for the whole of the summer. And I think actually these blooms are probably more spring-like than summer, but I just never got around to, you know, doing anything else with them. So I'm just going to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to replace these stems. I'm going to reuse the ones that I used on the dining room table just to let you see. Hopefully I can get some more of them. But just want to let you see how easy it is just to switch out a couple of things to give you a kind of whole new look. Just to switch things up a little bit for this end of summer, heading into autumn season. So let's get rid of these stems. Let's take these all out in a oneer, pop them down on the table. Grab these ones, pop them in here. What I love is using stems in front of a mirror because you get kind of double bang for your buck, as I like to say, because you get the reflection of the stems in the mirror. So always like to do that. I'm going to take this piece away, pop that over there. I'm also going to take this piece out because I've had this out for, it was here in the winter and I've used it, incorporated it into summer again. So I'm going to take that one out. So now I'm going to add these boxes that I picked up in HomeSense. And I don't know if you've seen these before. They look like books, but they are empty boxes. So they're great for using as decor pieces. You can lay them flat. You could, you know, stand them up looking like books, but they are all empty inside. So they're great for, you know, maybe popping spare keys in to hide them away, or you know, you could pop your remote controls in them if they were sitting on a coffee table or something like that. But I just like the colour and the style, and because they've got the kind of black writing and we've got, you know, various black accents in here, I think they work quite well. So I'm going to stack these over on the middle of the table here, and I'm just going to arrange them sort of staggered like that. And then to that, now this is where I think people get hung up. And what I'm going to say here is there is no right or wrong answer here. There's a whole variety of things that I could do and put, in different places on the table. And it's just whatever you prefer, whatever you've got to hand. You might put something there and then a few days later think, no, I actually prefer the other thing, so you switch it out. So yeah, just go with, whatever speaks to you. So I've got this little black jug that normally sits on a little tray on the end of my kitchen unit. So I could easily, add that on the top there, and that would look quite nice. Or I also have this little object, and I speak to a lot of people and they say, Lynn, I've got a real random collection of things. I see something and then I buy it and then I'm just not quite sure, what I'm going to do with it. This is exactly the time that you would use all these little pieces. I saw these little kind of spiky ball pieces. They were in a sale and I think they were, like £4 each or something. And I thought, I'm going to get those. I don't have a particular place that I know exactly where I'm going to put them. But for things like this, where you just need a few little bits and pieces to choose from, this is perfect. This is exactly why you're, buying these little bits and pieces. So I could have that jug there. I could take that out and I could, sit that there. I could put, I could use a candle, I could take that down. I could put the candle there. That might be too tall, so maybe I'll take the top one away and use that somewhere else and just put the two, just put the two with the candle on the top. Okay, I've had another play around with it, as I like to do, and this I think is what I've settled on. Like I say, there's no rules, there's no right or wrong, but I'll explain what I've done and why I've done it. So what I have done is I've left it with the 2 books because I just felt the height that was enough. I felt it was just a bit bland with just the candle on its own, but I think it needed a little bit of a heavier colour in the middle. Otherwise, I think the beige would have just washed it out too much. So I've gone with this planter, which is a nod to the autumn season kind of colour to come. It is that kind of rusty terracotta colour that we associate with autumn, but it's not, autumn leaf pattern or anything like that. And inside it, I've actually popped this faux succulent, which I think I picked up last year. If you have a look around, you will get them. So it is mimicking again the autumnal colours. Instead of, I've got a couple that are just that like vivid green colour, but this is kind of changing into those more autumnal colours. Again, it's just that little suggestion to your brain that autumn is on the way without screaming it's autumn. And I've popped the little kind of objet, I think is the right term for it, this little accessory here. Accessories look really good in groups of 3, and so I think this reads, as 1, 2, 3. Accessories also look really good with varying heights, and so I think that's what we've got going on there. So we've got this little collection in the middle, and I think that works. And then again, sticking with that kind of idea that things look good in 3s and varying heights, I had this little vase here, which is the kind of vase that it doesn't really need a stem in it. It looks fine just on its own. And I've popped the candle in the corner there. Now, safety-wise, I'll have to call it, I'm not sure that having a candle this close to these kind of really dried flowers is the best idea. So I might not ever actually light that candle while it's in that position. I maybe would have to, move it somewhere else. I'm not sure about that. But just with the pattern on the candle and the colour of the lid and everything, I think it works quite well together on the top of the unit here. So next for a little mini makeover is the corner of the kitchen island unit. We've just got a jug with some stems in it. I like to just keep some paper napkins on hand so we can grab if we need, and we've just got a little jug to finish it off there. Like I said, things in threes and varying heights usually do pretty well, so it should be a very easy switch out. When you're arranging faux stems in a vase, don't be afraid to sort of pull them apart a little bit, see where they'll go, because these will all be on wires, and when you buy them and bring them home, they'll have been squished a little bit in the shop and, you know, when you bring them back. So, you know, see where the wire will go. I think when I got these, they were all kind of, you know, these were all sort of flattened like this. I think it was a bit like that, and I've just, you know, teased out the different parts of the stem just to get a bit more volume in it. So yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Have a play around with it and, you know, just see where it'll go. So here's the little arrangement that I've gone with in the corner of the kitchen island. So we've gone for the kind of creamy coloured stems. Again, I'm trying to avoid anything overtly autumnal, and just some little napkins here which have got a nod to the season, again with the sunflower on them, no autumn leaves, and the candle which is from Anthropology, and it's the Orchard Woods. Again, it's a slightly autumnal scent without being pumpkin season. Super easy switch up in my hallway. Remember, this isn't a full-blown autumn decor switch out. This is just an end of summer update, get ready, give a nod to the new season ahead. Now, I managed to pick up these stems which have got that just slight discoloration, as if it's just mimicking exactly what's going to happen in nature in the next couple of weeks, where the foliage just starts to turn, it loses its green and just starts on those autumn colours. And again, I think I put these here in spring and haven't actually done anything with them. So I'm just going to take out these ones that are on the top here, and literally I am just going to pop these ones in and hope that that works. Just giving that little hint that the season is about to change. And I'm going to add just a couple of things to this little arrangement just to complete it. I've got two of these little tea light holders. I can't remember where I got them. I think I brought them back from the States, so maybe Pottery Barn. I honestly can't remember. But I think that the smaller of the two would work here. And because you can pop a tea light down in there, and the evenings are getting that little bit darker, so I might want to welcome guests just with a little candle glow. But a tea light is going to be well enough away from any faux stems that there's no kind of candle danger posed there. So I think that will work. And then I also have got this little dish. Again, this is what I mean about, you know, if something catches your eye, you know, don't worry about where you're going to put it. This I brought back from travels in Istanbul, and it's actually a Turkish delight dish. And so yeah, I just brought that back. It's never seen Turkish delight in its life, but it's just quite a nice little shape. And as I said, things look nicely in, you know, work well in threes and with varying heights. And so I think this just adds a little bit of kind of weight and a darker colour as we head towards autumn. And for now, I'm going to leave the cushion and the throw that is under there. I will change it out for something much more autumnal, you know, when we're well into September, probably heading towards October. And I think the last little update that I'm going to do today is the centre of my coffee table. I usually like to have a basket or something just with some seasonally appropriate little bits and pieces in the middle. And this one I've had here since spring. And yeah, it's just, I think this is a faux plant from IKEA, two faux plants from IKEA. There's a candle in there, and there's a couple of these kind of decor balls. And yes, I'm just going to switch it out for something that will work well, I think, for this kind of late summer heading into autumn season. So I hope that gave you some inspiration, some ideas for your own decorating at this time of year, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.